What's up, YouTube? It's me, Evan, back with another statue review. This time for one that I never thought I'd be doing on the channel. This is Prime 1 Snyder Cut Justice League Darkseid DX bonus version. Um this is a $2,000 statue retail, and I ended up winning this in an Instagram contest on Prime 1's Instagram page. So I was lucky enough to win this, and it's an amazing statue for a movie that I love and a character I love. So I'm really happy to have it in the collection, but it is huge. It's so big. My room's not big enough. I can't back the camera up far enough to get it all in frame. So I'm going to have to move the camera around to show you details. But this is the DX bonus. It comes with 3 heads. Comes with 3 sets of arms. Lots of different swap out options. So I'll be covering all that in the review today. So right now, this is the pose I will never use. He has the weapon in his hand, and in the movie, that's the weapon that he had when he was Uaxis, before he became Darkseid, before he got the Omega effect powers. So he needed that weapon. And then in the movie, if you remember, Ares and Zeus together fought him, and Ares broke it with his axe. So he didn't have that weapon, so it doesn't make sense. This armor plate doesn't come off, so it doesn't make sense that he even has this weapon. It doesn't go, to me, it doesn't make sense with the movie. This is Fantasyland that they're living in, giving him this weapon. But yeah, so I will not pose it with this in my display, but just thought I'd show you guys how it looks. The weapon itself is very, very, very light, and pegging it in, you got to push it in real hard. I'm worried I can't get it out. I didn't push the back end in all the way because I want to be able to get it out without breaking it. I'm not going to display it with this anyway. Let me go ahead and measure this thing. Sideshow website says it's 41 inches, which is a lie. I measured it. It was 42 inches tall. Go from the bottom of the base all the way here. It is 42 inches tall. With this weapon, comes out to 35 inches. Without a weapon, all the other arms don't stick out. The base is 23 inches wide on the bottom, and it goes back 19 inches deep. I would say 20 inches for just to be safe. All right. So now I'll start with some switch outs. I'll go up close on the weapon for you guys so you can see it, if you guys are really into this. So this half pegs into one part. This is they did a great job painting it. It's not metal or nothing, but you can see the wear and tear on it. Looks pretty good. And then here is the other half that goes in the back. Great detail work. Prime 1 yet again did an amazing job. Very lightweight, very good. Here goes another cool display options. The arm is behind the back, like how you always be doing. Yeah, so the magnets in the arms is insanely strong. Those things, I have zero fear of those ever falling out, even if it gets bumped into. I keep it in a Modus case, so it will never get bumped into, but if somebody ran into it or shook it, there's no way those arms are coming out. The magnets on there are really, really big, really, really strong. And Prime 1 did the great favor of making the arms very light. The base is very, very, very heavy. It comes in 3 pieces. So the legs are very, very heavy, and they key into the base. And it comes with a little upper torso that's very light, and the arms are very light. So you don't have to worry about, I'll show you right here. So that's how they come in the 2 boxes. So that's one box with the torso, legs, 3 heads. Now to me, this is DX bonus or fail. I think the bonus head, which is the head I have on it right now with the Omega Beams lighting up, is the best head, and that's the one I will be using. And all three heads do light up. I will show you that as well. They have switches on them. So here goes one regular head with the teeth out. Paint's amazing. Paint's really good. Sculpting's amazing. And there's just a little switch down here. You had to put the batteries in. Batteries not included. So you put these in. Turn it on. There's the light up. I'll turn the lights down a little bit so you can see how it looks. Great light up feature. I mean, finally, Prime 1's, unless I forgot the name of the company, but another company might have made the first Darkseid statue to ever light up eyes. Not a lot of people have done that. Lots of people release Darkseid statues, but they don't really light up the eyes, which makes no sense to me. So happy Prime 1 did this. Here goes these ones, same eye effect. They look good with or without them on. You can see the detail. Different colors in there. In the quote-unquote skin. I don't know if that's skin that he has or if it's rock. Yeah, these are amazing head sculpts. And now I'll go switch on the best head so you can see it. Look at that. Yeah, this is the DX bonus head. They made 800 of these. There's only 800 of these heads that exist. And then they made two other versions. One that only comes with one head. One that comes with the two heads. This one is the exclusive one for this. Only 800 of these. And I think this is the one to go with. Look at that. Epic. Just like right out of the movie when he uses those and kills Aquaman's men and all that. Stabs Aquaman with the trident. Yeah, when it's off, it's not that great looking. I mean, pink eyes. Kind of like how they're doing Godzilla in the movie. Pink dorsal fins and all that. I don't know why. It's pink and not red, but when it's on, it looks a lot better. And then it just pops on. Like that. And there's a little tiny piece to cover up the neck seam. So that's seamless. Alright, now I'll show you how I'm going to display it in my case forever and always. So this is the pose I'm going with. I love the one arm up, one hand out. Looks insanely powerful. Yeah, this is the way I like to see him. I mean, this thing is beastly. It's so huge. It's a 1/3 scale statue. This is the first 1/3 scale statue I own. And it's definitely going to be the only, because I don't have space for anything else. I mean, getting this thing in my small room was very, very tricky. But I got it to work. And, yeah, even though it's 3rd scale, because Darkseid's such a huge character, it is probably the height of a normal, like, Captain America or Iron Man half-scale statue. And you know Prime 1 loves to overscale everything, so yeah, let's go in for some close-ups on the review. Really let you see these details. Alright, so let's look at this guy. We got the armor. Looks nice, looks clean. I don't see any paint blemishes, 0 QC issues. He's got nasty fingernails. I mean, the different colors on his hand. Looks like 3 different colors. The armor is purple. In the movie, it looked a little more gray than this. I can't tell if this is like a purple or blue, but yeah, it really looks good. It has a sheen to it. Upside down Omega symbol. His fist, I know like people like comparing fists, but it's way bigger. Mine is. Got a little bit of foam here. Yeah, so this part comes off. It's looking good. The legs are so freaking heavy. And so is the base, and I finally get to see the base. This is the weakest part of the statue, like most statues. I don't know why people just don't do plain black bases with nothing on them. Let the statue sculpt speak for itself. I don't need any storytelling in my bases. Like, the bubbles look alright on the lava. But then if you look at the edge of the base there, look at that. That looks so cheap, this. Where it ends. It's just sitting there. I don't really like that. I mean, what else are they going to do? Lava pits, fire pits of apocalypse. I mean, they do it for almost every statue. That's one place I got to give Sideshow credit is they went with the Destroy Justice League base for the latest at Darkseid. I thought that was a good idea. And then the Omega symbol looks freaking incredible. I love it. They did a great job there. And here's the base stand. I'm so happy that it doesn't jut out miles and miles and miles. So they tried to respect your space a little bit. Let me hit the button here to spin it. Have a look. Yeah, it's this weird apocalyptic technology. Fire pit going all around. Great detail, but it all blends together with the paint job, you know, just grays and weird tentacle stuff here. Kind of like the technology they use in the movie. And then, like, I could just go with a standard base like this. What's wrong with this? Nice and clean, elegant look. That could have just been the base. And I mean, look how tall just the base is. He's already a tall figure, and you want to stand him up this high? I don't understand why they do that. Yeah, but it looks really, really cool, this stuff. And then his boots here look good. Good color there. The legs got lots of sculpting detail, color, musculature there. Look at that. Back of the boots. And then his skirt here. I like that they go with the skirt. He has a belt. I wonder if they sculpted the underneath. It's not showing up on camera, but it looks fully sculpted to me. They didn't cut any corners there. And then the other leg, boot. A lot of detail went into this. prime1 knocked it out of the park again. I mean, they're a quality company, but $2,000 for this thing, I'm sure you can find it cheaper and on sale. They just had a huge sale, I think, on Sideshow and on prime1, so I wouldn't recommend spending $2,000 on any statue ever. I mean, I didn't, and that's ridiculous, the prices they're asking for these things. I mean, they are incredible, and if you got a great, great, great job and can afford it, go nuts. But I don't make that kind of money. So getting this for free in the contest was amazing. So happy and grateful. And yeah, I mean, 500, 600, 700 for a statue. Let's keep them around there. That's what 1/3 should cost, around 600, 700, and 1/4 should only cost 300, 400. Let's try and get these prices down. All right, now for the hard working part of the video. I'm going to do a size comparison with this Darkseid with all the other Darkseids in my collection, so you guys can see what we're dealing with here, if you happen to have one of those other ones. Oh yeah, one little cool detail I forgot to show before I did the comparisons. They got the axe mark in them that he got from Ares, right here. I think that's a cool detail. First size comparison I'm doing is the 1/10 scale Iron Studios Snyder Darkseid, because that's the only other statue I have of a Snyder cut Darkseid. So you can see what the difference between 1/10 scale and 1/3. So going on here, he barely. I did a review on this statue too, I think, on my channel. He barely peeks over the base. Look at that. It's pretty insane. And they put the Mega symbol upside down on this one. I think because it's like that on his chest, but I like it right side up better. Yeah, so that's the first comparison. Next size comparison is the Prime 1 quarter scale Injustice 2 Darkseid. You can see that was my tallest Darkseid statue. Now compared to this one, you can see it's a crazy difference in height. Look at that. Comes up to his breadbasket. Both have similar bases. I reviewed this one, but what I hate about this one is how the base juts out with these stupid things in there. If I was handy, I'd love to chop those off all the way around. Yeah, those make it incredibly hard to display. I'm glad they didn't do that with this one. Yeah, so that's... If anybody has that statue, you know what you're dealing with if you want to get this Snyder cut one. And one thing about it is the magnets on these arms are way weaker than these. Like, I am terrified that this is going to fall out someday. But these arms are also twice as heavy as these. His arms are really heavy. They put a lot of polystone in it. Prime 1 did a good thing making these arms light. Next comparison is the new 52 Prime 1 Darkseid, which is probably the heaviest. Very, very heavy piece. This is also quarter scale. And he's hunched over. I think if he was standing up straight, he'd be maybe taller than the Injustice as well. But yeah, I think it's Prime 1's, out of the three of them, the most detailed and best sculpted, best painted one. But yeah, so this, if you have that one, this is what they look like together. And the amount of space you're going to be dealing with. Pretty insane. Next up is what most people probably have in their collections as a Darkseid, because this Sideshow maquette had a really large ES, so this is the majority. Nice heavy piece as well. Here's what this looks like. Massive difference. Comes up to his nads. Insane. Again, this one's only great because I got it painted. So, otherwise that's an amazing sculpt by the Sideshow artist. Horrible factory paint. Anyone gets that needs to repaint it. Next up is the amazing classic Superpowers, they called it, line. Tweeterhead statue, 1/6 scale. Comes up to his knee. And yeah, that's the Tweeterhead exclusive version. Amazing statue. Watch my review. Yeah, that's... So 1/6 collectors out there, if you're looking to get into 1/3, this is what you're dealing with. The amount of space. Step back far enough to get it in there. Next up, you saw this coming. OG Sideshow Premium Format. Quarter scale. You can see the huge difference here. And he's really lifted up on that base. Trying to get it on frame, man. This is hard. Yeah. Look at the difference there. So I'm sure a lot of people have this. Just did a review on this one. This is not the EX. It's the regular. Because I thought the EX head was horrendous. I didn't really know about edition sizes and stuff like that back then too much. Well, that's what you're looking at there. Up to his nads again. And that's a pretty tall piece. But it's super, super light. It's the lightest statue so far. Next up is the unnecessarily heavy XM Studios 1/6 Darkseid Rebirth. This thing has a very, very, very heavy base. And a very, very heavy body. The only thing that's light is the head. The head feels like it's made of paper mache. But everything else is solid rock. I don't know why they wanted to make it so heavy, but he comes up to about his kneecap. 1/6 scale. It is huge compared to other 1/6 scales. You can see it next to... It's pretty big compared to the 1/4 there. Or whatever the maquette scaling is. But yeah, that's how that looks for people who have this piece. I got some more to go here. Alright guys, so here is a massive group shot of all the Darkseid statues. Can't... My camera doesn't zoom out. Times 1 is the highest, lowest it goes. I can only zoom in. So here is... Trying to get them all in frame, can't do it. But yeah. Here's what a Darkseid Obsession looks like. We got the 1/6 scale Iron Studios there. It's a cool looking Darkseid based off comic art. We got the 1/10 scaled diorama there from DC Direct. This appears to be a 1/6 scale statue by... Still gotta do a review on this one. Eaglemoss. They usually make their stuff out of lead. And this is the... Looks like 1/10 scale. DC Direct, Darkseid, my first Darkseid statue I ever got. So, the gang's all here. And 1/3 ruling over all of them. This is an insane collection. Hope you guys enjoy my obsession with me. Thanks for watching.